So today's October 22nd, 2016, and this is our fall sip and sing. And the first person who's going to come up and help us is Glow Barlow. And Glow is going to lead us in the posture wrap. And so we're going to all stand up again because Glow is going to be our leader and we are going to follow. So Glow, let's see here. You stand right here. Oh, lovely. And we'll stand over here and you can go ahead.
Feet on the floor when slightly ahead.
Feet on the floor when slightly ahead.
Relax those knees, don't lock them dead.
Relax those knees, don't lock them dead.
Hips rolled under, stretch your spine so tall.
Hips rolled under, stretch your spine so tall.
Sternum up, don't let it fall.
Sternum up, don't let it fall.
Keep your hands down at your side.
Keep your hands down at your side.
Let the seam lines be your guide.
Let the seam lines be your guide.
Shoulders should be back and down.
Shoulders should be back and down.
Head is high, don't wear a frown.
Head is high, don't wear a frown.
This is how you stand to sing.
This is how you stand to sing.
If you want your voice to ring.
If you want your voice to ring. Good job, Glow. So did anybody notice anything when we were doing that? We switched something around, but we kept going. And that's something important when you're singing or speaking. And if you forget something, you want to just try to keep going and avoid having to stop and start over. Usually the audience will never know. So that's a part of being a performer, is just learning how to work through the mistakes without anybody ever knowing and just keeping the song going. Okay, first singer, Madison is in here. Okay, and Tamara is in here. Okay, so Madison will be coming. I'm not sure about Tamara. Delia. So Delia will sing. And you do not have to have this memorized. Do you want me to cue you or do you want to use them? Cue you? Okay. So, what are you going to be singing, Delia?
I'm going to sing Sit Down Sister.
Sit Down Sister, hold on. Is by, it's an African American spiritual. And then what's the other one?
And then it's a little baby put in your heart.
And who wrote that?
I don't know.
That's a traditional song. So both of these songs, we don't really know specifically who wrote them, but they're both a part of American music. So let me just review, and I think Sabrina knows this. So for us, the way we're learning to prepare to sing is when we come on stage, we take a minute to get in character. And in order to do that, you want to just look down at the floor, take a couple relaxed breaths. And when you're ready to sing, you bring your head up, and then that lets Sabrina, the pianist, know that you're ready.
And I'm just choosing a tempo? Is that cut? 1, 2, 3, 4?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Like that? Sound good? Okay. I'll wait for your cue.
Won't you sit down?
second
Oh,
verse?
my bad there.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do. We'll start on the repeat where you sing the chorus. So won't you sit down, and then you go on to the second verse. 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you sit down?
I can't sit down, won't you sit down? I can't sit down, won't you sit down? I can't sit down, 'cause I just want to have a look around. Who's that yonder dressed in blue? Must be the children that are coming through. Who's that yonder dressed in black? Must be the hypocrites that turning back. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down, won't you sit down? I can't sit down, won't you sit down? I can't sit down, 'cause I just got to have a look around. 'Cause I just got to have a look around.
Okay, so I was wondering if we could do this one more time. I'm going to get rid of the stand. And you can stand over here. Yeah, great. So, would you feel comfortable doing some gestures? Okay, good job. Okay, how did you feel about that? Yes. But that now, and now nobody knows because they don't know you're singing real well. But yeah, the way Delia is singing right now is a lot stronger than what she's been doing. And why do you think that is, Delia? Yeah, she's learning to support with the big muscles of the body. And the other thing that's real important for Delia is, yeah, stretching in the back of the throat. Why? Or back of the mouth. Why? What are you stretching? Yeah. So she's learning how important it is to. How many of you ever heard me talk about stretching your soft palate or raising your soft palate? Anybody? Okay. Yeah. That's really fundamental. So anyway, but when you raise that soft palate, then it helps the sound. It just helps the sound come out stronger for some acoustical reasons. So let's do that. Let's do this one more time since it's nice and short. And yeah.
Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down, 'cause I just got to have a look around. Who's that yonder dressed in red? Must be the children that Moses led. Who's that yonder dressed in white? Must be the children of the Israelite. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down, 'cause I just got to have a look around. Who's that yonder dressed in blue? Must be the children coming through. Who's that yonder dressed in black? Must be the hypocrites that turning back. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down. Won't you sit down? I can't sit down, 'cause I just got to have a look around. 'Cause I just got to have a look around.
There you go. Good job. Okay. And next is Little David. And this is the traditional. The neat thing about this is the African American spiritual. Oops, I think I switched these around.
Yeah.
I did. But the neat thing about this is arranged by a man named Harry T. Burley, and he was a very, very good African American singer in New York who happened to be a soloist a few decades before I was one of the soloists at a church in downtown New York. And so that was pretty neat when I saw that he arranged this song. So, okay. And sorry, tempo. let's start from the beginning and get into character. Yeah. And what is a really important thing? So one of the things, if you look at the, yeah, you can sit down. Thanks. If you look at your little program here, on the top it says, topic, being a good partner with your accompanist. And when we sing or when we play, if you're playing an instrument, it's really a partnership with your pianist. And so it's never, and some composers really took that to heart. One of my favorite song composers is a guy named Hugo Wolf, and for him, pianist and singer were equal. So it's equally intricate for the piano and equally intricate for the singer. And I really like that. So one of the things that it's important to remember when you're singing a song, it's really easy to think it's all about you, because you're up there, you're the one singing. It's like, hey, but it's really about the song. And so that can help also if you're feeling a little nervous. Just remember your job is just to sing the song and deliver the message. And one of the things, so that's one very important thing, is that your job is to deliver the message of the song. The second thing is, when does the song end? I'll give you two options. Okay, Delia. Yes, that's exactly right. And so this was a good example. Can we say just hallelujah? So the difference and Delia did it just perfectly. The difference is between what Delia did and this. Hallelujah. See it completely. What'd you think when you saw me do that? Anybody? Huh? You really? What's going on? So just remember that's a very basic and a very important thing about singing or about performing. It's not over. How many of you have ever heard it's not over till the fat lady sings? Yes, that young man in the back. Well, in this situation, it's not over until the pianist or the accompaniment is finished. Okay. So next we have, we will have, should we have the Barlow girls go? Oh, okay. Well, Amber goes first. Yeah. So Amber Barlow is going to come on up and sing Home on the Range, which is also a traditional American folk song. Do you want to cue in or are you okay? Okay.
It's already written on there if it's the one I think. Or
So you're right.
it's not
So
that one.
she's singing Home on the Range. Yeah, you're right.
There's special instructions.
No. There's
There's a second
there's a
verse.
repeat.
Oh, I
repeat.
don't have that in my music.
Well, there's not in the, it's not in the music. It was
Okay.
just too short.
It just plays through twice.
Sorry. So let me say, so this is one thing, talking about being a good partner with your pianist. If you make changes in the way you're doing things, it's really important to communicate that to the pianist first. So I was good in getting our pianist the music that she needed, but I didn't say, oh yeah, and we're going to repeat this. And also, she does see that I did write in that there's an intro for here, so she does have that. But she didn't know that we were going to be repeating. So
I do need to repeat because it just sings through it twice. Anyway, right?
yeah, because
That's
she's gonna have different words the second time.
So yes, repeat.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So you do the intro, verse 1, and then verse 2, basically.
Like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Does that sound good?
Right?
Okay.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Night, when the heavens are bright with the light of those flickering stars, have I stood there amazed, and I asked as I gazed if the glory exceeds our doors. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so since we're going to have a little bit more time, I'm going to talk a little bit, as you can see, I'm going to talk a little bit after each singer, and so that's what to give us a chance to work through things. Okay, how do you feel about that?
I don't know.
Did you feel like it was okay?
Yeah.
It was okay. Were you nervous?
A little bit.
Okay. You did a really good job, and yeah, it's just so really neat. It's so neat to hear the beauty of the voices come out, and you have a lovely voice. So now, but I've got some issues with you. Okay, feet on the floor, one slightly ahead.
I kept leaning on one.
Yes, you have a tendency to lean on one leg. So posture is one thing. You just want to remember stand nice and tall. And that's true. Oh, okay. Go sit down there for a sec. And you don't need to play, just watch. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. Why do you think? What are you noticing? I'm looking over here. So when you're performing, it's really, first of all, you usually do not want to ever look in people's eyes, even your mom or dad's, even your family members. Wait a second, but I know you may be looking for support, and I understand that, but in general, you want to get used to looking over the heads of your audience. And also being involved in whatever you're saying. So, oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play. So, what are you reading through my face? Anything? Nothing really? Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm in showing you, gee, I wish I were out. Look, give me a home, home on the range, out there. So that's what you want to be. Our job as singers is to, that's part of delivering the message of the song, so that when people look at us, it, our faces and our bodies, and to a lesser degree our bodies, reflect what the words are. Um, so I'd like to do this one more time. That's a nice thing about singing a short song, because then you can, let's do it one more time. And I want you to just really picture yourself. Yep, come on now. Picture yourself home on the range. Yeah.
Give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. How often at night, when the heavens are bright with the light of those flickering stars, have I stood there amazed, and I ask myself, if the glorious scenes at ours. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Okay. So one thing, yeah, right. Stay, wait. So one thing you want to be aware of, and that's why it's good that we're taking this. Actually, I'm not even going to say anything. You'll see it, and you'll see, and you can comment your own to your own self. You say, oh yeah, I might want to change that. Okay, so next is Amber and Glue Barlow, and what are you girls going to sing? So.
When Jack is marching home again, hurrah, hurrah, we'll give him a hearty welcome, hurrah, hurrah. The men are dead, the boys are shot, the ladies make you laugh, and then we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home. The old fair will fill with joy, hurrah, hurrah, to welcome home our darling boy, hurrah, hurrah. The men are dead, to massy sail with those who sail through the way, we'll all feel gay when Johnny comes marching home.
Okay. Good job. Good job, Dawn. Okay, let's do it again. This is only 47 seconds long, so that's why we repeat. But we're going to take it a little slower. It'll make it easier for you to spit out those words. The men will cheer and the boys will shout. The ladies they will long. Guys, my turn. Let's see here. Yeah, just do it again. 1, 2, 1.
When Jack is marching home again, hurrah, hurrah, we'll give him a hearty welcome, and hurrah, hurrah. The men are dead, the lads are sing,
All right. Okay, Ms. Rikers, are you ready? This one,
Can I get music?
I don't think so. Yeah, sure. This young lady, how many inches has she grown since the summertime? I mean, really, since June, it's really,
2, 3, 4.
yeah, at least a foot. No, it's really something though. Okay. All right, so she's going to use music, but tell me what's an important thing whenever we're using music. What's important to do in terms of where we hold the music or where we position the music stand? Anybody know? Okay, you tell me. No. Move over. So, when Johnny comes marching home again, what?
If it's right, you don't want to stare at it the whole time. You want to look at it.
Well, that's true too. That's a very good point. A little bit more the issue. I'll hold it so this way. When Johnny comes marching home again, hurrah, hurrah. Anything? Notice where my head's down, my mouth down, the sound down. Young man in the back.
You're facing down.
Yeah.
You would say down.
Yeah. So I'm cutting myself. Huh?
You would say that messes with your posture too.
Yeah. So not only are you cutting yourself off from communicating with your audience, but you're also affecting the positioning of your instrument. So by doing this, and how many times do you see people doing this? I'm telling you. So you want to hold, even though you really want to hold it chest level, right there, because then you can still be looking at the words and the music, unless you need your glasses like I do, and then it doesn't matter what's there because I can't see it. You can still be looking at it. I can also see if there's a director out there. I'm going to be able to see their hands. And it's also easier to look from here to sing da 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 da. But if it's all the way down here, I have to do that. So the lesson is you want your music around chest level. You want to continue to be able to communicate with your audience, and you don't want the music to affect the tall positioning of your instrument. Now, if you are using a music stand, same thing. Let's see, I think, how about if I put it over here? How much do you need it? If you need a lot, that's okay. Okay, you need a lot, okay. So this time, you still want to have it in such a way that it's not going to, as much as possible, it's not going to block you from your audience, and it's not going to, you can still stand nice and tall. So is that okay for you in terms of standing? Okay. So, and what will you be singing for us?
Ladybug.
Okay. Who wrote it?
Robert Schumann.
Sure. Okay. So now, would you please give Miss Miller your tempo?
Come, ladybug, and seat yourself upon my hand. Okay.
Let me try to repeat. Let's see.
Next
So what language did you sing that first verse in?
German.
Yeah. So that is part of her heritage. Her last name is Reichert, and her grandparents speak German. Ja, is that? Ja, ein bisschen. So it's really neat. That's why on your student information sheets, I ask if you've studied any languages for you young ones. That's or if you just have an interest. So if you have just a little bit of interest, then I'm more than happy and excited to help you sing in French, German, Italian, or Spanish, and because I'm pretty good at all of those. Really good at French and German and Italian. So she did a really good job. One of the things that we worked a lot with is when you go to speak a foreign language like German or French, they have what are called mixed vowels. So what they're mixed because, at least the way I was taught about them, is your tongue. You're saying one vowel with your tongue, and then you're doing another vowel with your lips. So Flügel, that U, that I'm saying the E vowel, E, but with my lips I'm going oo, and it comes out E. And that is it's a completely different vowel that we don't have in English, and it's the most closed vowel for both French and German. So Flügel, and she did a really, I was listening, and she did a really good job with Flügel because we were working on that in her lesson this week. So, sehr gut. Okay, so we're going to do this again. What did you think?
It was good.
It was good. Good job. So the thing that in the first measure where the voice comes in, she's not in German. We're not doing the oh Marion Fiction. We're just doing Marion.
That's why we got
Yes,
off.
that's
That
why.
makes sense then.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to do this again, and sternum up. Don't let Yes. So I'm going to make sure that your sternum doesn't drop. Okay. So let's just take it from the top.
Marion Forsen setze dich auf meine Hand, ich tu dir nicht so leid.
Okay. So so the other thing is, I want you to concentrate on being held up by two strings. One is back here, your lovely hair, and the other one is from your sternum. So, and like the puppet posture, everybody's heard of puppet posture. We talked about that. And I want you to just try to stay suspended, held by those two strings, and stay nice and calm in your body. You know what I mean, Delia? Okay, let's try one more. Oh. Yeah,
I mean,
it is me. Okay, one more time.
Marion Forsen setze dich auf meine Hand, ich tu dir nicht so leid. Nein, nicht so leid, es soll dir nicht so leid geschehen, nur deinem Mund zu bleiben.
I'm fighting. Can you hear me? Can you feel me fight? Yeah, she really wants to pull forward. So I'm out here. So, did anybody notice a difference in her singing? The young man in the back row, also known as Dad. No, it really does make a difference because it gets you really supporting the sound. So it's really important. And when I've judged Synat's competitions, a lot of high school these were high school students. They kind of pulse with their body and they try to help the sound out with their body, which never works. And yeah, it just never works. So you really need to get used to nice solid body, not because you want to be stiff, but just so that your instrument has the best chance of working with strength. Good job. Can't wait to do some more German. Okay, what will you sing next? Oh, no, you're not singing anything next. That's okay. Sorry. Boy, I scared her. Okay, so that reminds me. So when you're working with a pianist, and I'm guilty of not doing this a little bit here. You want to make sure they have your music, the music that you're going to use, in enough time so that they can practice. Some music needs more practice than others. It all depends on the pianist. They may have played it before, so then no big deal. But you want to make sure that you talk with them first. And they may say, oh, yeah, I know that. Just give it to me a couple days before. But usually you want to give at least 2 weeks. Would you say that's a good?
That'd be nice.
Yes. And the other thing, most of the photocopying music is illegal. And so you want to try to do that as little as possible. And that's why she's using the accompanist copy of the book. If any of you go to the National Association of Teachers of Singing competitions, you will be disqualified if you come with photocopied music. So you want to just get used to, and that's why also I ask you I have you buy song collections that we use for your lessons. So you want to make sure to get your music to your accompanist in plenty of time so that they can become familiar with it. You want to mark it, make sure that they know where you're going to, if there's special breathing places, you want to make sure that you mark that and just talk it over with them. Sabrina, is there anything that you as an accompanist and pianist have noticed that you don't like or that makes you feel, and part of it is a respect thing. We want to show respect for them as our partners.
I think it's hard because I haven't played for a lot of you before, but your job is to be the soloist and my job is to follow what you're doing. So, don't like pause and hold because you think that I'm not there yet, because I can get there with you. So be confident in what you're doing. I follow you.
And the other thing is, in a performance situation, your music is going to be memorized. She's going to have it right in front of you. So if you forget something and maybe you jump ahead a couple measures, the pianist it'll take a second to say, oh my gosh, where are they going? But then they can just see in the music, oh yeah, okay, and they'll catch up with you. So that's a great point. Thank you. Yeah. Any questions? Okay, Heather. So now we're going to have Heather Cardinelli sing a wonderful jazz piece. So Heather, tell us a little bit, who recorded this that you really like?
Etta James.
You know anything about her life, or
No.
she's not living anymore?
No.
Yeah. So, but she's a great jazz singer. Do you you know anything about Etta James? No.
Off the top of my head.
I just know this song, and I know I can hear her singing it in my ear. But
This is 1933. She recorded it.
really?
Or 40s. Don't
Okay.
quote me.
Okay.
42.
42.
Yes.
All right.
Music.
Do you want a stool?
No.
No. Okay. The skies above are blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover. The night I looked to you, I found a dream that I could speak to. A dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to, a thrill that I have never known. Oh yeah, you smile, falling in the spell was and here we are in heaven. For you are What'd you think?
Oh, it's so much better than it has been.
Yeah. So this is really jazz, and I love jazz. But normally when a singer is singing it, like when Ms. James learned this, she probably was not sitting down and trying to learn all the notes, and she just kind of was singing it freely. But when you go to write out the notes,
It is ridiculous.
it is ridiculous. First of all, it's in 12/8 meter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, and which kind of works out to 4. 1, 4, 5, 7, 10. But you've got all these little notes to fit in. So Heather's doing a really great job. She's done a great job in actually learning all those notes, but now beginning to the more it sits in her voice and the more she feels comfortable with it, she'll make it her own. She really wanted to do this in the Etta James arrangement, and these are all the notes that Ms. James sang. But now she's got the freedom to tweak it and make it a Cardinelli original. So you can hear when all of you sing right now, and most of you because you're younger, and it's really, really important that you understand what it is to sing with nice steady tone and nice focus without in keeping that sound very steady. In this style of music, this is something different. So it's not always about at last my night will come along. That's really square, and it's just not appropriate for the style. So you don't want to do that. You want to sing it like she's singing it. She'll kind of, a little here and there. So that's good stuff. Can we do this again? Okay. What time? When does Noel get off of work? 4. Oh, 4. We might have you sing it again later. Is he coming? Is he going to swing by? Yeah. Okay. So let's one more time. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, at last. Skies above blue. My heart was wrapped up in clover, and I will tell you, I found a dream that I could speak to. A dream that I can call my own. I found a thrill to press my cheek to. A thrill that I've never known. Oh yeah, you smile. Oh, then the spell was cast, and here we are in heaven. For you are mine. And another really important thing to do when you're doing a cover like this, when you're singing a song that's very famous and that everybody knows, everybody in the jazz world knows this rendition. It's really important that you practice it enough and sing it enough in smaller venues so that you really become comfortable with how it feels in your voice. Because yeah, you just really have to, because then every time you sing it, I can now hear you singing more into the notes, and it's just and this is true with whatever style. Just the beauty of your voice comes through better. The minute you start to hold back at all, then it's just you can't hear the beauty of the voice itself. So and that really is true for any style. So Good job. So I might have you do an encore when your husband gets here. Okay. You ready? Okay, so do you want to sing or should we take a little nibble break and apple cider break, or would you like to sing? You're going to sing? Okay. And do you need do you want me to cue you? Or you okay? So this is Syndey Pierce. What are you singing, Miss Pierce? What?
A dream was a wish to her.
Oh, okay.
My father used to say, if trouble ever troubles you, just dream your cares away. Dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In dreams you will lose your heartache. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Dreams and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, a dream that you wish will come true. Have faith in your dreams and someday your rainbow will come smiling through. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, a dream that you wish will come true.
Good job. Okay. So what'd you think? Yeah, I think so too. I want to try one thing. Is that okay? And just like an experiment. This is just an experiment. And see, Stella really liked it. She said, oh, okay, now hold on. How many have used this? Yay! Okay, so now. Okay, so you're gonna have to help me. You make it. Oh, shoot. I'm here. All right, so you help me make it as tight as it needs to be. Hold on. Okay, is that too tight? Is that okay? All right, shoulders down. Don't wait. Shoulders should be back and down. Head is high. Don't wear a frown, right? Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing without saying any more, and we're just gonna. Okay, here we go. How about the measure before that? Okay.
When I was a little girl, my father used to say, if trouble ever troubles you, just dream
Okay. Okay. So, did you notice anything? Did you think, was there any, seriously, did anything feel different from one to the other? No? Okay. Did anybody notice did anybody out here, was there any difference? You didn't, and nobody heard anything really different? Bing, 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 bing. Yes. So there was just a little bit more presence to the sound, and the sound carried better. So that's because when we use this belly band, it makes you really aware that you have to support the sound with the big muscles of the body down here. You can take the belly. But it's really important. And the other thing that this does, when you get used to supporting the sound here, and the other, it helps unlock the jaw, oddly enough. So it's when the big muscles are supporting here, you almost have no sensation in here, and you're not trying to support the sound with the jaw, and so therefore the sound just comes out more freely. So that's just an important thing. I wanted to experiment with Syndey. Good job, really good job. What's one thing that you could do better? Starting at the end. Dream that you wish will come true. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's the only thing. Otherwise, it was great. Okay. Well, the DeRochers, and actually I'm thinking that that might have been them calling. We're coming up from the Denver suburb with soccer. They had a soccer game earlier today. So let's take a second and have some cupcakes and stuff and some peanut butter cookies, and hopefully they'll be getting here.